Dear all audience around the world, parents, educators, and students, welcome to the Real Talk Show with experts, hosted by Coach Shyama Marikar, academician and international speaker. I'm academician Professor Dr. Shpresa Delia from Albania, Senior Education Officer at Elegant Empire Education. I'm an international speaker, trainer, ambassador of wellness. Welcome again to our education and lifestyle journey towards 2030. This forum is powered by Elegant Empire Education Malaysia, a prestigious educational-based organization which focuses on quality education for all, regardless race, country, and religion. Our idealistic and visionary founder, Ambassador Professor Esther Mala, focuses on upholding a quality education that develops individuals from all walks of life to their potential, which ignites curiosity, enriches knowledge, and nurtures personal and professional growth. Her vision matches with the mission of Elegant Empire Education as it curates a diverse range of online summits, workshops, webinars, seminars, training sessions led by experts and outstanding leaders from various fields of life. Elegant Empire Education creates an inclusive and supportive environment, and by harvesting the power of technology and innovation, and through this platform, we aim at collaboratively organize educational events that will enhance knowledge, dissemination, skill development, and fostering a lifelong learning global community. We strictly follow the slogan, quality education for all. Now the floor is given to Coach Shyama Marikar to introduce the prominent panelists that are taking place today. The floor is yours, Coach Shyama Marikar. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Spresha, for that wonderful introduction. Very good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, everyone. All the panelists and the prominent figures from Elegant Empire Education and all the global audience. Very good evening from this is Coach Shyama Marika, all the way from Oman. I am a teacher, trainer, and education officer at Elegant Empire Education, Malaysia. So I have today the privilege to conduct this host this session, special session, to talk about how to manage difficult students. We have students as educators, we all have, right? And we also have our children, as parents, sometimes we have to go through some difficult times, challenging times as they grow with the hormonal change, maybe, or the environmental change, right? So due to different circumstances, children face different difficulties. Because of them, we have to also have to sometimes face difficult, right? So how to solve this problem? How to deal with such situations in a very polite and appropriate manner? We have two eminent speakers today. The first one, I will start with our very familiar Dr. Binu, who was working towards our Elegant Empire Education. She is also an education officer. She is a doctor, global educator, and she's all the way from India, and she's international speaker. Very warm welcome, Dr. Binu Thomas, to the forum. It's our pleasure to have you here today. How are you doing?
All good, all good. Thank you, Coach Shyama Marika.
Okay, thank you very much. So today the topic is very interesting, right? I hope that it will be useful not only for parents, teachers, educators, and also for students, right? How to behave, how to control themselves when they feel too much anger or misbehavior, right? So let's deep dive into the discussion. So for you today, ma'am, I have a question. Your question is, can you please give some tips? Because I'm sure you are a good parent, right? I have heard about you. So you have good experience to share with us in your own way as a parent. So can you please give some tips on anger management for parents?
Thank you, Coach Shyama Marika. And thank you, Dr. Spresha Lileja. And thank you, Ambassador Dr. Mala, for giving me this platform. And this topic is the need of the hour, which everybody is facing nowadays. This problem has to be discussed and sorted out globally. As we see the future generation, they are not going well. Why? Because the basic reason is, first of all, anger. So, first of all, let me tell you what anger is. So, anger is an important emotion which is helpful for children, especially to know whether when they are not comfortable about anything or when they feel something is unfair or wrong. But it becomes problematic when the accompanying behavior get aggressive or out of control. So anger in children is often just the emotion we see, but the underlining problem or issues are multifold. If parents get angry a lot, their children are more likely to develop social and emotional difficulties and will have a high risk of mental health problems in future. If you notice yourself getting angry, it can help to take some deep breaths, leave the room, listen to soft music, or go for a walk to calm down. So that is the first way that you can come out of the anger. Then anger triggers the body's fight or flight response. Other emotions that trigger this response include fear, excitement, and anxiety. The adrenal glands flood the body with stress hormones such as adrenaline, cortisol, etc. The brain shuns the blood away from the gut and towards the muscles in preparation for physical exertion. Heart rate, blood pressure, and respiration increase. The body temperature rises and skin perspires. These are the symptoms, physical symptoms that you see on a human body when they triggers the body with a fight response, flight response, which is the anger emotion. Now, what are the, let me just talk about the tips for managing anger. Control anger before it controls you. The three main approaches are expressing, suppressing, and calming. Expressing your anger feelings is an assertive, not aggressive manner is the healthiest way to express anger. To do this, you have to learn how to make clear what your needs are and how to get them met without hurting others. A good way to set healthy example is to tell your child how you're feeling. What are you doing about it? For example, I am feeling angry. I am going to walk away for a minute to calm down before we talk about this. There will always be times when you don't manage anger well and you yell or say something you regret. So what causes anger issues? Many things that can trigger anger, including stress, family problems, and financial issues. Some people, anger is caused by an underlying disorder such as alcoholism or depression. Anger itself isn't considered a disorder, but anger is a known symptom of several mental health problems, conditions. The long-term physical effects of uncontrolled anger include increased anxiety, high blood pressure, and headache. The anger can be a positive and useful emotion if it is expressed appropriately. So long-term strategies for anger management include regular exercise, learning relaxation techniques, and counseling. So these are the few emotions that we can put under control and bring show an example to the children as well, so that it will not affect the emotions of others also. Moreover, this anger can be also a problem when we discuss health problems. The constant flood of stress chemicals and associated metabolism changes that go with ongoing unmanaged anger can eventually cause harm to many different systems of the body. So suggestions that I feel is healthy way, suggestions on how to express your anger in a healthy way include, first of all, number one, if you feel out of control, walk away from the situation temporarily until you cool down. Number two, recognize and accept the emotions as normal and part of life. Try to pinpoint the exact reasons why you feel angry. Number four, once you have identified the problem, consider coming up with different strategies for how to remedy the situation. Then unhelpful ways to deal anger explosion. That is what. When people express their anger in inappropriate and harmful ways, these are the things that happen. Anger explosions, anger repression. So anger explosion, of course, everybody knows, but I will just briefly say about this and finish it off. Some people, anger repression, some people consider that anger is an inappropriate for bad emotion and choose it to suppress it. However, bottled anger often turns into depression and anxiety. Some people, when they bottle anger at innocent parties such as children or pets. So when you have had an argument, it is easy to stay angry or upset with the other person. If you don't resolve an argument with the person, you see often it can be a very uncomfortable experience.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bindu Thomas. That was really awesome. And I hope all parents and teachers may have found it as a useful thing. Get rid of the situation temporarily for the moment, and then go for a regular walk or involve in exercise. Yes, those are the very beautiful tips that you mentioned. Yes, as parents, thank you very much for that. Next, we have another eminent personality all the way from Filipinos. She is Dr. Cinda Diana Chabiolo, right? I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And
Yes, Doc.
she is an eminent personality. She is associate professor of Jose Rizal Memorial State University at Diplomat City. And also she's a prolific researcher in the field of science. And she has attended many seminars, like science-related seminars, international conferences. And she was also the former Associate Dean for the College of Arts and Science. So she is a very prominent figure, very active person. Thank you for joining with us today. Dr. Cinda, a very warm welcome to the forum. And without further ado, let me ask the question for you. Today, Dr. Vinu Thomas shared how parents can handle this difficult situation, so the anger management. And your question is, can you please give teachers, as educators, you also might have come across many students, right? Teenagers, youngsters. And what tips you would like to give for teachers to control their anger or to manage their anger?
Okay, thank you for the very what can I call this one? Descriptive introduction. Before I'll answer your question, Doc Shiyama, I would like to thank my friend Doc Esther Mala for the invitation, and it's good to know, and I am very happy knowing different faces all over the world. Doc Delia, Doc Bino, thank you. It's nice knowing all of you here. So we'll answer the question, Ma'am Shiyama, based on the different researches that we have done in our university here in the Philippines. When we say tips, when we say tips on anger management, the first thing that would come into my mind is we have to teach our teachers to teach problem-solving skills. No, that's the first skill. No, we have to teach them the problem-solving skill. Now, we all know that stress, the importance of listening should be with both eyes and ears. Thinking of different ways to solve the problem that makes them angry. No, we should know that one. And we should compromise. The teacher should compromise. And we should also evaluate their own actions, why they are angry. Now, when the teacher's temper flares, most of us, especially if our students are really that noisy or they have these different attitudes in class. Now, there are really times that our temper will flare. Now, the second skill that I'm going to suggest is what we call relaxation skills to work. So first is we are going to teach problem-solving skills. The second is the teacher should know these relaxation skills to work. Now, the first thing that we're going to practice is for us, to go down our anger, is practice deep breathing exercises. So we have these different breathing exercises. We can search on YouTube in different internet sources. No, there are so many deep breathing exercises. Yes, we may imagine a relaxing scene. Can we do that? If we are angry, relaxing scene, we will imagine.
Exactly.
Yes, we can repeat a calm word or phrase such as, take it easy, Cinder.
Is it easy?
Yeah, I
Is
am
it?
using this phrase in my class,
Oh, is
Doc
it?
Esther, especially if I'm angry in my classroom. Take it easy, Cinder. Take it
No,
easy.
if I means I would think of my boyfriend or my husband or my babies.
Relaxation,
That is
yes.
your way, whichever.
It can be anything, yes. It can be anything, yes.
Okay. So another thing is maybe the teachers also may listen to a calm music. Now we have different music that can calm down our anger. Or we may write in our journal. Myself, I have a journal, daily journal in my home or in my office or in my laboratory. So I have a journal there. Anything that I would like, whatever the daily experiences I have encountered. Or if you are very fan of yoga, you may also do yoga steps or yoga poses in the place that you are comfortable. You're going to do that. Or whatever it takes, no, for you, as you imagine that as a relaxation skill. So that's the thing that I can give tip, no, to our teachers. Another thing is there are also different strategies that we are going to consider, especially on how we are going to manage our anger towards our students. It's not that easy, but we are used to it because we are educators.
With the experience, it comes, yes.
Is we must ask, no, as teachers, we must ask ourselves why we are angry. What's the problem? Then after thinking that okay, this is the reason why I am angry. So I have to solve this problem. So upon knowing that's the cause of your angriness, so you have to know what should be the solution for that problem.
Exactly.
Is you may use if-then statement to consider the consequences. If-then statements mean that you ask yourself, what might happen if you do something? Okay, so if then, okay, so if then, so this will be the things that I'm going to do, or this will be the decision that I will be going to work on to solve the situation or to solve the problem. Third,
Exactly.
go to count from 0 to 10 or 10 to 0. Sometimes quietly, no? Counting to 10 is something some people do to stop themselves from doing something too quickly. Counting to 10, as soon as you notice you're having an angry reaction to a person, no? Just enough time to make sure that your first idea is a good idea. So if it's not a good idea, it can have enough time to change it into a better one. So you still have from 10 to 0 or 0 to 10, you can reconsider that, oh, it's not a good idea. It's not a good decision. It's not a good action for that problem.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you very much, Dr. Cinder, for that fantastic points. Exactly. We should avoid that situation by deriving away attention, right? Just ignore it and get ourselves into relaxation mode so that you can avoid it wisely, isn't it? That's a very good point. Thank you so much. And you mentioned very beautifully, teachers should know the problem solving skills and also relaxation methods also. It would be anything. It could be imagining, like Professor Isra mentioned, your favorite person, or could be yoga or counting, right? Try to focus your attention or change your attention to different things. And as a NLP practitioner, I can relate to it too much. Yes, I know that power of imagination. You imagine so that your mood changes. Exactly. Thank you very much for that, Doctor. With this, let me remind our audience, if you have any queries or questions to our panelists, please type in the comment box. where the FV live that the show is now going on. So please type it there. And anyone who present here, the panelists can type here so that our Dr. Sprisha will come to know your questions. And with this, let me hand over the podium to Dr. Sprisha. Dr. Sprisha,
Yeah, thank you.
podium is yours.
Yes, thank you so much. Actually, thank you so much, Coach Shyama Marikar, for hosting this very great forum and with a very hot topic that is going nowadays everywhere in all the schools, not only in the elementary or secondary schools, but even at the university level. So managing anger in our schools is a big problem to be taken seriously by everyone, by all the actors of education. I would also want to thank the two great, panelists and prominent panelists, Professor Dr. Binu Thomas, but also Professor Associate Cinderella Diane Pepperell, so for giving and supporting us with very bright insights on this topic. Also, what I would say is that organizing such kinds of forum online that Professor Dr. Mala has organized makes us be very much aware of what and how to help the educational system in our countries. And these talks coming from prominent speakers and educationists also enhance the education system globally. I would strongly emphasize that the slogan "Quality Education for All" is accomplished, and so has accomplished the mission that the organization Elegant Empire Education has. So just to put it, in short, and to highlight the tips offered to the parents and to the teachers, they are almost brilliant. And every one of us, me personally, I taught a lot, so I'm going even to practice with my students in my university. I highly appreciate the talk and the description given by Professor Dr. Thomas, who really gave not only a kind of an informative talk on what stress, what anger is, which firstly we should know more about what stress is in order to highlight and to examine and to analyze what goes on in our classes. Also, I just want to highlight the use of art in our schools, in our classes, in order to calm down these disruptive students that come about, to calm down their stress. But also, we should be, as parents, we should be good listeners to our students, because most of the time, being very busy with our work, we do not listen carefully to our students. By listening to them, we should analyze, and also we should identify the real problem where it is. It is in the parent, it is in the house, it is in the school, in the community, or elsewhere. We should offer different kinds of activities as parents to our kids, like, for example, stress toys or balls or whatever, using like cooling off areas for them to calm down in the house or even in the school, to talk through feelings and not to think that you are a parent and you are the owner of your kid. But we should find the right language in order for them to understand where the fault is, where the mistake is. But also, I would like to highlight some of the tips that Professor Associate Sindhu Diana Tabralu just gave to us today as teachers, like how to manage, this situation, this anger that goes around. in order to prevent all the problems coming by the adults nowadays. Like she highlighted the problems that we should identify, first of all, to understand where the problem is, and not to make our students being the fault of the anger that is going around. To create that, like, so identifying the cause, we are going to make it easy for us to make these students come down for, very easy. To use relaxation skills. Thank you for giving us all these skills. Me as a teacher, but also as a teacher trainer, to train my teachers in my country as well. Like, for example, practicing breathing exercises to our students. And why not to invite you one time to my student, master program students, or to the other teachers in Albania to do that, because we are not used to doing these breathing exercises or to do yoga, or in order for us to be able to solve all these problems. So thank you for these brilliant tips, and very giving theory and practice intermingled together, which really can solve this biggest problem coming about. Heartfelt thank you. I would address to the brilliant audience and to the brilliant teachers and parents and the students who made it very very positive for us to handle this forum tonight, and to make it a big success, because without you, it was not going to be thought a success. So all these tips and all these recommendations given by these brilliant speakers and panelists, I think that the parents, the students, and the teachers are going to take a lot of food for thought and to practice with their kids in the school, at home, and everywhere in the society. Thank you again to everyone. Beyond, the time that you passed with us in the morning, but also especially those that, right now it is midnight or beyond midnight. So thank you for your time and for your positive energy that you give to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Srisha.
Professor Srisha Delia. Beautiful as you are. You're closing. Before we curtain down, I would like to ask 2 questions. Short, yeah, very short. Just a chat only. It's nothing very formal. I'd like to ask each panelist 1 question each. We can have it very short, okay, before we close. First, I would like to ask Dr. Binu. Can you share one of your bad experience when your children make you very angry? Or maybe it doesn't matter, even you mess up situation. It's really, everybody makes mistake. Yeah, it happens in everybody's life. So just make it short and just share.
No,
how you overcome it.
No, that is generally when we don't have the patience to listen to the children's problem, and when we ourselves are busy with our own profession, and suddenly you find that your children are also busy in their own way, or they don't come up with a good score in their academics. That is the time when you lose your control, or when they move around with their friends. When you don't want them to move around, that is the time you lose the temper, and we always try to bring back. So that is the time, as a parent or as a mother, you have to be very supportive parent, that is having your child's interest at heart, but also being present, involved, and helpful.
Dr. Binu, I want to know, how did you handle the situation? You got very angry, maybe you have beaten up your child. It doesn't matter, it's not a taboo. This happens naturally. So I want to know how you have come across this kind of bad experience, and How do you manage the situation?
So,
How do you
that
pacify
is
your
what
child? How
that
did
is
you
what
pacify your child?
that is what I said.
One
Uh,
example.
when I found that they have some other things to do, when you want, as a mother, you want something else to be done for you or for the family, and your children are not there at home. So I found that you lose the control. So, but realizing that it is very encouraging that you should support their children or their hobbies or their interest to move around. So naturally, you have to calm down. That is the only way you can do, and then tackle the situation so that the children also should not feel that the parents are trying to harass them or humiliate them against their wishes or against their interest or against their hobbies. So you should have the patience to listen to them. I try to listen to them. So what exactly the problem is? Why didn't you get a good score? Or why were you not back at home on time? We had some other program. So you have to listen to them and then seek to understand their concerns and challenges. So
Okay.
they have something else as priority going to
Thank you,
their.
Dr. Bino. Thank you, Dr. Bino. Yeah,
Thank
we have very short time. Okay. Now, beautiful Dr. Cinder Diane Tadiello. Hope I pronounced correctly. If not, you give me tuition to talk how to pronounce your name. Okay, so you want me to ask the good part or the how you which situation which makes you angry, just like what how I asked, or you want me to ask something else?
Doc, no problem.
No problem. Okay. Okay. She is children, right? Your case, teachers. Maybe teachers
Okay.
under your umbrella in school. Okay.
Okay.
Now maybe there is an incident where they make you very angry. Okay. Don't worry if you have done something negative. It doesn't matter. It happens. If you are so perfect, you are not human, you are a robot, right? So it doesn't matter because others will learn. We all make mistake and learn, and others, when they hear you, they also will learn from you. So is there any bad experience of you? You feel very bad after that, and then how did you manage it? Last
Okay. As the Associate Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences in our university, it's difficult to manage different individuals in different attitudes with teachers. But there's one situation. There was an activity in the school, and then it should be presented by I think it was announced 1 week before the presentation. So I assume and I presume that these teachers will really do their best because it will be presented per college. I presume and I assume that they are going to prepare and then they can present well, because we all know that whatever the success of a certain college or department, it matters on the leadership of the dean or the associate dean. So I have this presumption because I've given them the things that they're going to do during the meeting. So I'm hoping and I'm really thinking that they will be presenting well. Unfortunately, the day of the presentation came, and the 100% attendance that I was expecting, especially in their presentation, was not met. So I think less than in our department, I think we have 80 regular teachers. And then we have part-timers, around 15 part-timers. Unfortunately, there were only 50 of them presented of those. So what I did, I was so angry, but of course I have to control myself during that presentation. So the thing that I'm thinking, right after the program, I called all the faculty that were absent during the time. So without so much ado, meeting immediately. So, but these teachers, we all know that they have also these feelings. Before I got to be very strict or very angry, I have to think, and I take a pause And then I think that these are all professionals. I should talk to them professionally, because we all know that there are no certain in this world. I mean, so except change. We don't know after how many years I will not be anymore their associate dean. We
Yeah.
don't know.
Yes, yes.
Times change.
Very
Okay.
difficult.
So,
It's very difficult.
yeah. So I ask all of them, no, all of them, what are your reasons? Give me a valid reason why you haven't participated in that presentation per college. So they've given me different reasons. I know some are honest, but some are not. So what I after giving all those reasoning ability skills also that these faculties have also in their humanitarian, what do you call this one, humanitarian reaction. Of course, they don't want to be scolded by their leader. So after knowing all those reasons, I give them my what is my thinking. So I told them, I will be giving you grade as to your faculty performance at the end of the semester. So whatever your grade within the semester, we call that as passive, the performance appraisal of the faculty. So you know your possible grade because of this situation, because of the problem you have given to me. So they're very worried because it will be there will be a supervisor's rating, so I will grade them. So so they all know. So they are afraid because it will be, maybe it will be reported in the civil service office. And I think if it will happen thrice, there will be a ground for a suspension
Yes.
for such teachers. So after that, Doc is there. Right after the meeting, each of them ask an apology. Each of them, one by one, they ask, sorry, it will not happen again. We will promise you we will cooperate next time. All the promises in the world were given because they are afraid of the failure rating in the end of the semester.
Yeah.
So I think I've done my best to discipline these people, but I tend not to forget that I love these teachers. No, they are all professionals. But there's also a point in our life that we should also pause a disciplinary action for them to think that they are teachers. They should also be the models of their own action. How can you discipline your students if you yourselves are not disciplined? That's all, Doc Esther.
Awesome, awesome.
Sorry for the long
No. I
explanation
understand.
of my.
You know why? Because children, Dr. Vinis, I cut short because you know why? Children, we know everybody have children do mistakes. Everybody's children. If anybody says that my child doesn't make mistake, then they're lying. Okay, I can tell you 100% lying. Okay, so this is a very common thing, and now increasing problem for employers. Let it be university, education centers, institutions, workplace, offices, and everywhere, especially we as educators. That's why I allow you to talk. I ask this question, I allow you to talk because this is very practical, and I see many professionals and educators, they themselves do a lot of mistake. Not mistake, no responsibility. Mistakes are different actually. This, you are responsible, you are committed to something, you better do it. If you must have high integrity as an educator, because you are a living example for your students, future leaders. Like what you take, I like the measure you take where you were very strict and you tell them you're going to play with the grades. You see, sometimes they say you have to be cruel to be kind. I do that all the time because when you're too good, they step on your head, they walk over you.
Correct.
When you're too strict, they will say you are a Hitler. Let that be. But end results, if it's going to be good, not only say outside. My own siblings used to call me Hitler, but today they are all successful. You see? So the fruits, we know the fruits are good. So what is important in this question here is, please, professionals, especially educators, be a good example. Treat others as you want others to treat you. Like what example Dr. Cinder gave. If you are in her position and she doesn't turn up, and just like her, many didn't turn up, how would you feel? Yeah, your superior will ask you, what happened?
Yeah.
They are not here. It shows your superior will be thinking that you are not efficient. In this challenging world, everybody got to be efficient, especially it's diminishing the values, the good values, integrity, keeping the words. Those who don't keep their words, don't honor their own words, they have no self-respect. This is what I tell to people. You say something, you do it. You can't do it beforehand, very much earlier, alert the person. Tell the good reason why you couldn't make it. So this is a serious problem in not only in our country, globally. Now people have changed. They don't see the importance of this. Like for example, in emails, our Gen Z, I watch in the documentary, our Gen Z, no more using dear, Mr. So-and-so, hi, hello, in formal email for formal occasion. So you see, they want to change things. You see, you shouldn't. It's not we are old-fashioned, but you have to give people due respect. That is professionalism. You know, you cannot be a punk all the time. So all these are examples. So educators are very important. You have to teach moral as well. Whatever you are teaching, you add some moral every time, you know. Like we say, when a mother feeds a child, when the mother feeds, mother tells the good things to the child. Same, when teachers teach any subject, end your subject with one short, good message. This works. Okay, thank you so much. I also talked too
Thank
much
you.
because I didn't expect. This is a very interesting topic and important topic. We have exceeded the
Yes.
time. Never mind. This is a common problem. Yeah. Thank you so much, dear panelists. Our Dr. Binu is our in-house host as well, and then especially Dr. Cinder. Both of you gave very good, very good points. I think our audience are very happy. Thank you, dear audience. We'll meet you again on Wednesday. Yeah, because no more on Monday because we have Dr. Spresha not available. Will be Wednesdays and Saturdays for time being. Yeah, thank you so much. Happy weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Thank you.
stop live stream.
Bye.
Bye. Wait, let me stop the recording.